as we dive into this Sunday celebration, as we dive into this conversation of today. And the theme of today is about sharing the love, right? By sharing the abundance. This abundance that also, when we share it, what allows us to do is that it allows us to connect with others, with everyone that we come in contact on a daily basis, whether we do it in person, online, over the phone, texting, whichever way we choose to do it, we are always exchanging energy. And as I said earlier, money, abundance, prosperity is just another form of energy, of spirit, manifesting itself as those forms, okay, as money and abundance or prosperity, whichever you want to talk about it. So as we do that, as we become aware of this meaning, or as we become aware of it and we embrace it, then we understand that through this embracing, okay, we are also building relationships. We are strengthening relationships as well. And so here's where I like to bring our great friend Heliberto, who loves, I tell you, when I tell you he loves to talk about this, that is his favorite topic to talk about it. I had an opportunity to be with Heliberto in Puerto Vallarta. He came to visit and it was such a blast. We had such an amazing time together. I'll never forget it. And so I love collaborating with him because of this consciousness of prosperity that he has, and it's clear, and not just through what he says, but also through how he lives his life. So Heliberto, I want to welcome you to be here with us, and I love for you to share with our community, what does really sharing prosperity, or sharing the love of prosperity, of money, with the world, with others, means to you?
Thank you for the question. And again, thank you for the invite. I think it is important to understand, Ellen, that there is a spiritual laws, yes? And most of us have learned that we are happy when we receive money, but we are not very comfortable in letting money go out of ourselves. And many times we there is some of us that we prefer to give and not to receive. And I think it's important to understand that the law includes both aspects. I should be as happy when I receive and as I happy when I give. And when I give from the bottom of my heart, without expecting anything in return, and I give from the flow of divinity within me, everything that gets out returns to me multiplied. Because I don't believe I spend money. I believe I circulate money.
Yeah,
So therefore, there is a law, the law of circulation. And everything that comes out has to return. It has to return as long as my consciousness is of giving.
that's right.
So if I want to receive, the first thing that I need to do is I need to give. Because there could not be receiving without giving.
That's right.
So we need to understand both aspects. So if you are the type of person that you love to give, but you don't love to receive, you are not allowing the people around you to share their goods with you. So if you are the type of person that you don't like to receive, it is the time that you elevate your consciousness to allow others to activate the law of giving and receiving, the law of circulation. And I was one of those that I didn't like to get things. I remember I used to do birthdays when I was younger, and I used to say, please, please don't bring me anything. And when somebody was giving me something, I was ready to say, who am I going to give it to? And I learned that those things stop my abundance. Why do those things stop my abundance? Because I don't allow the flow of divine energy. I'm limiting myself. And who I am to limit the flow. I truly believe that we live in an ocean of abundance. And I can tell you that you can go to the ocean and you can take a little cup and take a cup of water. Or you can take a big container and fill in all that water in the container. Or you can bring those big container ships that have 5,000 containers within and fill it up with water, and still there is plenty of water for everyone. So the same thing happens with the spiritual abundance. A spiritual abundance surrounds us. We bathe, we swim in abundance. If we are not aware of this, it's because we are disconnected from the divine flow, meaning that we are blocking ourselves all this abundance that is available for me, available for you, and available for everyone. Because this applies to everyone. This is law. You and I are individualizations of the divine. If the divine is abundant, my divine right is to be abundant. And I'm not going to ask for this, I'm going to demand it because it belongs to me. The kingdom was given to all of us complete. And those who understand that the kingdom was given to all of us complete are going to reap the benefits of allowing this divine flow to flow through us individually. That's my understanding. My understanding is that there is plenty for everyone. Like a friend of mine used to have a class in Agape, and I went to say hello to Reverend Cheryl Ward because I really love that woman. I learned so many things about abundance from her, and this is a way to give a tribute to her. She had a class that was called Plenty to Share, Plenty to Spare. The more you spare, the more you get. Unless you give, you are not going to receive. So if you were expecting to have plenty to be able to give, you are limiting the resources because the law flows continuously.
That's right.
What do you say about all this that I mentioned?
Oh, I love everything that you have said because you really went poof directly. You nailed it. You nailed it. You did not went all around it. No, you went poof. Here's where I need to nail that, and this is it. That's what I always say. I say we have. I recently actually I used to believe what you said. You know, it's like my mind is going. Where do I go? Okay, here. I love when you said that I used to like to give, but when it was time for me to receive, I didn't like to receive. And you know, actually recently, I have been doing some inner work, and I realized that I haven't been a good receiver. I have not been a good receiver. I have always been a giver. I have always been a giver. And then I said to myself, oh my God, I've been talking about this, but I didn't realize how deep and how hidden it was that I didn't even realize that I was not a receiver. How many of us are not receivers?
A lot.
How many of us are not receivers? We have been taught, I can honestly speak for myself. I was taught that giving was better than receiving. That's what I was taught. And I was taught that I should not be asking, that I should wait until I was given something. I should never ask. And all this stuff just came to me as I'm doing this inner work. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, no wonder why all now this clarity has come to me. And this month talking about prosperity and abundance, it's just like I'm saying to myself, wow, nothing is by accident.
No, there is
And
no accident. Everything. There is always a cause for everything, and the cause is always in the one mind. Because remember, we all share this one mind, and if you look at the writings of Eric Butterworth, he says that the source of abundance, the source of money, is the idea.
mm-hmm.
And the ideas come from the one mind. We all have access to the ideas because the ideas we receive them.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we receive downloads. There is no private thoughts because all our thoughts are in one mind, and no private thought means that God knows. God is the fountain of thoughts. thoughts, and all our thoughts are in the one mind, and in this one mind are all the possibilities that are available for everyone. And it's basically, let's assume that there is a place where everything is possible, and this place where everything is possible doesn't have a form, but it's waiting for uh, is waiting for us to plant there our mental equivalent, the
Mm.
idea, the image of what we want. But we need to be clear about what is my thought, my idea, what is what I want, and I need to add emotion to this, add a sentiment. And when I add emotion to my thought, and I'm bringing my heart, and I'm adding into this this heart energy, this vibration becomes the mental equivalent that this world of no form uses, because this spirit is word, spirit is thought, but it's also a, a mechanic force, which is the law. So this mechanic force is waiting for what we want with the conviction that we already have it, and uses that to become the blessing that we are seeking to
That's
manifest in our physical world here. So everything descends from the divine, because the divine itself is the source of everything that exists, including us.
that's right. That's right. I have this quote here, Gilberto, that says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." And the
Totally,
seeds are the thoughts. Okay, just
totally.
so you know, the seeds are the thoughts. What seeds are we planting each day?
And look at this, Elena. I always tell my clients, what are the recurrent thoughts that you keep in your mind? Are those thoughts uh, uh, related to prosperity, or are those thoughts related to lack and fear? Because as long as you focus your mind and I don't have, I cannot, I'm not good enough, nobody loves me, I'm going to bring those experiences by law of cause and effect, because our thoughts, what we believe as a reality, is what becomes our experience, because the experience that we are living is the result of the thoughts in which we focus our intention and the emotion that we add into it. So if I'm living an experience that I don't enjoy, that is bringing me either a lack or um, chaos or some kind of suffering, is because I am bringing that into my attention, and I'm adding not only my time and my attention, but also my emotions. So we need to be very, very careful which emotions I am focusing on. And if you look at the work done by Dr. David Watkins, he gives a scale of each one of the emotions. It goes as low as 25 and as high as 700, which is illumination. And if
That's
you
right.
look at the different scale, the lower you are, the closer you are to sickness, and the higher you are, the higher, the closer you are to good health. And when you are in good health, you entertain much better thoughts. And when you are having thoughts that are in the area of peace, in the area of harmony, in the area of abundance, in the area of joy, you are going to be creating experiences that are related to that. So, my invitation that I ask to everyone is, become an observer of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just check your emotions. What are you planting? What are those seeds that you keep re- thinking continuously in your mind? Because as long as you focus on lack, as long as you focus on there is no opportunities for me, as long as you think that this is not for you, well, you are creating the experience that is not for you. And you're talking about seeds you plant, and I love working in the garden. It's one of the joys that I have in addition to other ones. But people who know me see me that I'm always harvesting something. And For example, in April, I have flowers. I walk on roses in my entrance of my house. In in autumn, I harvest pomegranates. I also harvest how do you call it, persimmons. But at this time, I'm harvesting guavas. And let me tell you, I planted this guava tree 24 years ago, and every single year it gives me more. And of course, that I talk to my tree. It looks like a grapevine rather than a guava tree because I have to put uh, some kind of wood to sustain the branches so they do not fall because of so many guavas. And every single year I have more. And it's interesting how the tree knows that as long as it has the basic ingredients of water and weather and rich soil, the
He will
tree
provide.
is going to produce fruit, and is going
Yes,
to
right.
give more and more and more. So the same thing happened to us. Depending on which thoughts we focus on our mind, we create the experience that we are living at this moment. Do
That's
I
right.
want to experience prosperity, or do I want to experience lack? And many people tell me, Alberto, but this works for you because you've been lucky. And I said, I don't believe in luck. And I don't come from a family that was rich when I was little. On the opposite, I'm going to share this experience. My parents never gave me money to buy a cookie at school, and all my little friends were had a coin to go and buy a cookie, and I never had the money to buy the cookie. So I said to myself, if my parents don't give me the cookie, I need to go and work and get the cookie. And I began to work at 6 years of age, and I was selling newspapers, and I used to get money to go and buy my cookies. So I became really, really independent early on, because to me, being able at the age of 6 years old to go and get the cookies with my own money, it taught me a big lesson, which is I can make it happen. And one thing that I want to share with you is that I always, there was a few people that came from Canada to do some kind of um, health brigade for the kids in the town, and I hear them speaking different languages, and I said to myself, I want to be like them, and I want to travel the world. And people used to laugh at me. Who are you to be able to travel the world, and who are you to be able to speak other languages? And here I am. I speak 4 languages, and I have visited over 50 countries. And the beauty of this, the majority I didn't pay to get there. So as long as you want something, and you really, really want it, and you really believe it is true for you, and and you accept that for you as a divine right, you are going to manifest it in your life. I've done it, and if I done it, you could do it too.
And that's the beauty of it, right? That we
Yes.
know that we can do it. You know, I have this quote here that I really want to share because it really points. Let me see. There it is. This quote, as you can see, it says, as our individual abundance consciousness rises, it firmly affects the whole of humankind. When we are conscious of our oneness with an abundant universe and with each other, we are compelled to become change agents for good. This is when our generosity of spirit and our spirit of generosity merge and becomes a catalyst guiding our actions, making the world a better place. And this is by Dennis Merrill Jones, The Art of Abundance, page 236. You know what? This quote really not it really points out everything that you have said, Heliberto. It really does.
Totally,
Because
totally, totally. Because when you change from lack into abundance, the change has to be done first inside, and
that's
then
right.
everything changes outside.
Outside. That's it. That's it.
Because remember, we cannot change anyone, but we can change ourselves. And
Right.
as I change, all my
Surrounding.
surrounding changes.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So it is possible.
Yeah.
And I would like to bring this quote from Jesus, who said, um, if you want something, demand it as if you already have it.
I love that one. I love it. I
You
love that
follow me?
one.
Whenever
Yes.
don't ask for anything with doubt. Just believe that you
Demand it.
already have it. Demand it, because the kingdom was given to all of us. We didn't
Hmm.
come here to beg. And that's
That's
why
right.
it took me years to understand that. I remember I went to Greece once to a convention of the Course of Miracles. And there was this lady who was doing a meditation at 6 a.m. And she was saying the following: we are not here. We are here to allow. We are not here to request. We are here to allow. We are not here to request. We are here to allow. And she kept saying that every single day. So we we have learned through our early teachings of Christianity that we need to beg, we need to
Hmm.
implore, we need to
Yes.
request, because
Yes.
we believe that God has forgotten us.
Yeah.
But
Such a
remember
lie.
that, but remember
A
that
lie.
before we ask for anything, before we want anything, Spirit is omniscient. It means that Spirit knows everything. You don't need to ask anything because Spirit knows everything. The thing is, we get confused and we feel a spirit is a human being like us and it's forgetful and he has not done what we believe he should be doing for us. So some people think we need to negotiate with God, yes? And if you give me this house, then I'm going to do this, this, and that. And if my son becomes a doctor, then I'm going to do this, this, and that. No, you don't have to wait for anything and you don't have to request anything. You just need to go deep into your own divinity and demand what you want. Have a clear picture. You need to know exactly what you want. The image has to be clear, perfect. I remember a workshop in which this lady was telling the audience, I requested a husband, but he came being an abuser. He didn't like to work. He wanted me to take care of him, and I just not happy with what God gave me. And the interviewer said, "Did you did you clearly define what type of husband you wanted?" And she said, "No." But well,
Ah.
if you wanted a husband, you got a husband, but you didn't say the qualities that you wanted in your husband. So, ladies or gentlemen, if you want to be in a relationship with someone, okay, you need to determine what that person that what which qualities that person should have. And before you engage in going around and being available, make sure that everything that you want that the other person should have, you should have it too. Because if you have it, but late of the law of attraction, you are attracting what you already are. Because we are always attracting people that are the same level of consciousness. But as long as if you are living in in a mind of lack, you are going to attract a person that is at the same level because that's what you feel comfortable with. And if you happen to meet a person that is living in a world of abundance, they are going to fight because there is no connection between
Yeah.
between you two. So it is important that we become what we want and we embrace it as if we already have it. That to me is the key to manifestation. And Jesus said it very, very clearly. You receive as you believe.
Yeah.
So you need to believe beyond doubt that what you want is already there and belongs to you.
That's right. I think that that's a beautiful segue for us to go into our affirmation, because our affirmation is asking us to honor ourselves. Okay, the first one. So I invite you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And the first affirmation, it says, it is so. that I honor the interconnectedness of all beings, understanding that my actions contribute to the well-being of everyone. Take a deep breath. And the next one,
You want
will
me to
you
read
do
it?
that? Yes, please.
It is so that with each mindful choice I make, I acknowledge my role of fostering harmony and abundance for the collective.
Take a deep breath. And the next one, it says, it is so that I am a vital thread in the fabric of life, and I embrace my role in nurturing the thriving of all. And
And
so it
so it
is,
is,
and now
and
it
now
is.
it is.
And in that space of oneness, in that space of knowing that this is who you are, knowing that you are abundance, recognizing that every quality of the divine you are, that you are the the son and daughters of that divine, that you have the abundance of the divine as the divine. As we have been speaking of recognizing that there's only one power, one mind. We call it God, we call it Allah, love, whatever you want to call it, is the nameless. I often like to say the nameless or divine love. Whatever feels good in your heart, wherever allows you to open your heart to it. Because as you allow yourself to open yourself to it, you are aligning yourself with this power that resides within you. That is you. And as you recognize, as I recognize the power that I am abundance, that I am prosperity, that all that I see and all the desires of my heart are within me, are within my reach. And when I say I am speaking about you as well. I am speaking about you, the limitless being that you are. You are here. Each one of us, individualization of the divine power, of the divine God, divine love, is here to demonstrate itself through each one of us. And so it behooves us to allow ourselves to own that right, to own that love, to own that abundance and live the life that we are here to live lavishly, to live in grandiose, to have all our heart desires. There's nothing in your heart that you desire that you're not here to have. Whatever you desire, if you desire it, it's because it is the spirit within you that is nudging you, saying, I desire to experience this and that. I desire to travel. I desire to have this. I desire to have this experience. It's all we are, each one of us is here to have experiences. And a lot of these experiences are, are asking for an exchange of energy. And with that understanding that money is energy. So we understand that we allow it to circulate in our lives. We open ourselves to receive. As much as we give, we receive. Where am I not receiving? Where I'm not receiving? What else? What else can I do to allow myself to be the vessel of receiving, to be the vessel of giving, to be the vessel of circulation, of activating the circulation that is here for us to have and to give? What I'm claiming for each one of us is that we become aware of our true nature. And as we become aware of our true nature, we embrace our nature and we be it. We be it. We be it. We be it to be an inspiration to others. Not so much of because of what we say, but because our lives speaks for us, speaks of the abundance that each one of us is. We give with a joyful heart. We give from the overflowing of our good, and we joyfully share the good. We share the good of our finances. We share the good of our abilities, our time. It's all giving and receiving, all activating the laws of circulation. I give thanks for this awareness. I give thanks for being able to speak these words that are coming to me to speak out. As I know that this is the truth for each and every one of us. As I know that you and me are part, are one as the divine, are a cell of the divine love. Each one of you, each one of us is a cell of the divine. And as we show up in the world, in our abundance, we inspire others to be it as well. I give thanks for this and so much more, knowing that we continue to express ourselves in this abundance of love, and that we experience abundance of love, abundance of finances, abundance of health, harmonious life experience, that everything flows with ease and grace and glory in our lives, that is our daily experience of love, of flow, of ease, grace, and glory. For this and so much more, I give thanks. And I let it be. I release it knowing it is so. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen. And so, with that being said, I want to ask my dear beloved colleague, Heliberto, to read what we're here for.
One Love Center has prayer professionals ready, willing, and able to remind you that the Spirit is full of power, charged, and already within you for immediate use. Again, One Love Center has prayer professionals ready, willing, and able to remind you that the Spirit is full of power, charged, and already in you. Prayer requests support can be sent by email to reprat17@gmail.com or call 844-295-5155. All prayer requests are kept in strictest confidence, so nobody will know about it, and all prayers are held for 7 days. And if you want the prayer to continue, just let us know, and we will continue praying for you. Praying without ceasing. Praying as a way of life is part of the life of a spiritual practitioner. Ellen, I'm so honored for this opportunity to be here in your program. Thank you for the invite.
You're not ready to go. We're not done yet.
Oh, really? I can stay here all day long. I'm okay. I have a bus to catch tonight. I'm traveling to the southern part of Colombia, so I have a a bus that I need to catch at 10 at 9
Not,
8:30 p.m.
not a problem. I just want to say to you, Heliberto, that I am so grateful to have you. I am totally grateful to have you. It has been a beautiful time together that we have been here together. That the wisdom that you have shared with our community is amazing. But if you could say just last few words before you leave, please take a minute and tell them what you want to tell them before you leave.
I would like to say that whatever experience you are living at this moment is all temporary. You are not your experience. You are not your past. You are not what your parents did. You are not even your name. You are not your nationality. You are just divinity living a human experience. And everything that the divine is within you. So if the divine is joy, that's what you are. If the divine is love, that's what you are. If the divine is abundance, that's what you are. So therefore, I invite you to start a spiritual practice. Take your time to read some kind of reading that enables you to open up to these ideas. Take a few minutes to begin to feel grateful. Um, be grateful for whatever you may have at this moment, because gratitude opens the road, the door to abundance. Wherever you are, there is divine flow coming into you. It may be um, money in the bank. It could be food in the refrigerator, a house where you live, a car that takes you to wherever you want to go. There is always this energy flowing into you. So be grateful for everything that you have, because when you are grateful, everything that you already have increases. So gratitude is the key to prosperity. So it is important for us to feel grateful and be grateful for everything that has happened. And the other important thing to me is to forgive. Make sure that you do not allow anything from the past to eat and to steal your present. You only have the present in this moment. And this day, today, you can use your mind, you can use your ideas to design the life that you want to give. But if you are full of resentment, that is not going to allow you to have a clear mind respect to what you want to manifest. So today is a day that invites you to start anew. If there is things you've been holding that you do not want to let go, it's time to let go. It's time to forgive. But it is time to start a spiritual practice. It's time to understand the law of circulation. And it is time to understand that there is plenty for you to have, to share, and spare. And when you give from the bottom of your heart, everything that you give returns to you multiplied in quantities that you cannot even count. It's because for that I feel that, to me, giving is the door to receiving. And
Uh,
you not
that's
only give money, you can give your time, you can give your presence, you can you can serve others, you can be a volunteer. There is so many ways to give, and there is this lack of understanding that people think that the only thing that you can give is money, and you can only give when you have plenty. No, you can begin to share and spare whatever you have, because when you give, you receive, and it continue multiplying, and is that multiplication that that makes feasible for you to experience financial freedom, which is, to me, doing with your time whatever you want to do without worrying where the resources come from. And
that's
look
right.
at the US dollar. The US dollar says, "In God we trust," because God is your source. It's not your job, it's not your spouse, it's not social security, it's not the economy. Regardless, it's not even the election. It doesn't matter who won the election. The election, it is in the hands of the Republicans at this point. Let them enjoy their win. But this win is temporary. It's only 4 years. In 4 years, there will be somebody else there. So do not allow the experience to determine what you are. You are more than that. You are divine energy. You are a spirit living a human life. So spirit is always abundant, and spirit is what makes you breathe. And the spirit makes you breathe, it also allows you the opportunity to live abundantly. I like to finish with this little thing. The birds in the fields don't work the land, and they have plenty of food for them. So there is plenty for you, but you need to open up, and you need to begin to embrace it, accept it,
Okay.
and allow it. Thank you.
Thank you, Heliberto. Muchas gracias, amigo. Te
Un
quiero
placer.
mucho.
I'm
Muchas
so
gracias.
glad.
Que pase bien.
I'm so glad that I was able to speak English because I haven't done any in English for at least a year. I'm,
Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Have a safe flight. Have a safe trip wherever you're going. And I appreciate you taking the time for being with us before your travel. Thank
it's
you.
always
Take
fun to be
care.
with you. Thank you.
Okay.
Blessings
Bye
to
bye.
everybody.
Okay. So I think that that was a great segue for us to go into our affirmation of abundance. Okay. I don't even have to tell you nothing more about what I usually say when it comes to abundance. So I think that is a good time for us to go into our affirmation of abundance. And the affirmation of abundance says, money as one of the gifts of spirit is good. As I share my offerings, I know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gifts, more money, and more good. Then it says, I am grateful for the ability to give and for the good works that this gives to in our center and in our world. And now it is, and so it is. And if this is you just, you just don't know where to send the money, please, we have the information down there that is the ticker. It says you can go to onelovecenter.org, click on the donate button, and it's going to take you through the PayPal process. You put your money, you send it through PayPal, or you can send us money also using Cash Me app, which is really quick, and we get the money immediately. And the symbol is money's dollar sign, One Love CSL. That's what you use. Okay. And remember, you can send the money anytime. You don't have to do it just now. You could do it now, but you can do it later. You can do it during the week. You don't have to wait for Sundays to give. You can give whenever you want to and the amount that you want to. The most important thing is that you give from an overflowing attitude and that you feel joyful when you give, because if you feel like you're lacking, it's not a good thing to do. Okay, that will not work good for you. Okay, because it's about spreading the joy, spreading the goodness, spreading the abundance. And abundance, it could be that you giving $1 or $1 million or $1,000. Back in August, I went to Unity, and I learned that somebody gave over $1 million to this organization. So when I say if you give $1 million, I know that expanded my horizon when I heard that someone gave $1 million to Unity. And because of it, they were able to expand and to renew and to do so much good that they needed to do in their facility. It's a beautiful place. So know that your sharing your good is doing good in the world, because we are doing a lot of things in the world. When you give to One Love Center, you're not just giving to One Love Center. We are also sharing the funds with the greater organization, and the greater organization is supporting and donating in different venues and different things that are needed for people. So do that. And let me see what else. What's the next thing? Oh, the next thing is announcement. Those of you that have been following us on Facebook and YouTube, now we have on YouTube this program too. So please share this program, share the broadcast with everyone that you can, invite people to come into our broadcast, be part of the broadcast, be part of the community. We are here to support you. We're doing this for you. And so another thing that we are looking for is we're requesting a member for technical assistance in managing and broadcasting. Please contact us through Reverend Rat 17 at gmail.com or 844-295-5155 to be of service. We bless you and we thank you for serving One Love Center, for helping us run this broadcast on a weekly basis. It makes a difference when we have somebody in the background doing the work, and I could just focus on you. Okay, so really, you can tell a friend. We also have the class that we have a waiting list. Please, beyond limits, you can go into onelovecenter.org and /events, and make sure that you do what you sign up so we can put you on a waiting list. So when we are ready to start the class, we can start the class with all of you. Beyond Limits is an amazing class because it will help you to live life beyond your own limits. We put a lot of limits into our life, and that's what holds us back. That's the reason why you're not enjoying the life that you're here to enjoy. And I believe that that's about it, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to, let's see, the closing prayer. So the closing prayer is the benediction. And so I invite you to just take a deep breath. And allow yourself to be bathed in abundance. Bathe in knowing that your birthright is prosperity, that your birthright is abundance of health, abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of whatever that is that you feel that you're lacking. You are here to have abundance of it because it is your birthright. The divine spirit within you is here to experience in abundance. It came here to this realm, planet Earth, as you to enjoy and express and experience the whole experience of being human. And in this human experience, money is one of the venues that we use to exchange and to have different experiences. And so we have that as well. And I am so grateful that throughout this service, we have been able to touch on some key points to remind you of who you are and whose you are and the power that you are and what you have within you and what is it that you must not need, but must cultivate within you so you can have the harvest of your good. I am so grateful for this celebration. I am grateful for Reverend Rodney for keeping the dream, for keeping the vision, for keeping the mission of One Love Center and providing a place where love grows and providing a community where love grows. So I invite you to say yes to you. Say yes to you. And I am claiming that this week, as we start this week, you are daily remembering your true nature. You are daily remembering who you are and whose you are and the abundance that you are and that you have and that you are here to circulate. And with that and so much more, I let it be, and so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen.